Do you know that to see beautiful tulip fields, you don't need to travel all the way to Netherlands? Here in Ontario, we now have many amazing tulip farms where you can walk between colorful rows of flowers, take beautiful pictures. Hi everyone, this is Olena and Yuri, and today we are sitting in the middle of beautiful tulip fields in Ontario, surrounded by almost 2 million tulips blooming in April and May. Instead of staying at home because of the cold weather, we decided to go outside and visit a beautiful place we had already enjoyed before, a tulip farm full of colors, spring energy, and almost 2 million blooming tulips. This place is called JP Niagara Tulip Experience, and it already feels like a little piece of Holland here in Canada. There is also a fascinating story behind this farm. Paula, one of the founders, was born and raised in the Netherlands and spent much of that life in the tulip industry, traveling around the world for flower shows and events. Together with Joseph, she had an idea to create something here in Ontario that would bring people the same feeling you can experience in the Netherlands, walking through endless rows of colorful tulips.
Yuri, hello. So cold. Cold here.
We visited this farm 2 years ago and had such a positive experience that we decided to come back again this year. And we were happy to see that the farm is growing. They have expanded the tulip fields, and now there is even more colors, more space, and more beauty to enjoy. For us, it takes about an hour and a half to drive here, but even the drive is part of the experience. The road goes through the countryside with beautiful open scenery, farms, fields, and that special spring feeling. When we arrived, it was really cold, probably only 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. At first, we were freezing, and the wind made it feel even colder. But then the sun came out and everything changed. Suddenly, the colors became brighter, the fields looked warmer, and we could finally enjoy walking between the tulips, taking pictures, making videos, and simply admiring the view. We came on a weekdays, so there weren't many people, which made the visit even more pleasant. But usually during tulip season, places like this can be very crowded because visiting tulip farms has become very popular in Ontario and across Canada. And honestly, it's easy to understand why. You don't need to travel all the way to Netherlands or Holland to see beautiful tulip fields anymore. Now we have more and more tulip farms here in Ontario, not too far from where we live, and every spring we can choose a different place to visit. Many of these tulips are real Dutch tulips brought from Holland, and they grow very well here in Canadian soil. You can see so many unusual varieties, colors, and shapes. Some simple and elegant, some bright and dramatic, and some that looks almost like peons.
Ті жовті такі великі гарні.
I personally love tulips very much. I even ordered Dutch tulips bulbs for my oven garden from a company that sells Dutch tulips here in Canada. And now, every spring, the tulips in our garden start growing and blooming, which makes both Yuri and me very happy. There's something very special about tulips. They bloom after a long winter when we are all waiting for color, warmth, and signs of new life. Maybe that is why people love tulip fields so much. They bring joy, hope, and that feeling that spring has finally arrived. Today we invited you to walk with us through these beautiful fields and enjoy the colors, flowers, fresh air, and spring atmosphere at JP Niagara Tulip Experience. If you love flowers, gardens, travel, and beautiful places in Ontario, stay with us and enjoy this video.